Hello everyone, and welcome to another playthrough of Aces and Adventures. But before we start, I just wanted to thank everyone who participated and supported us in the Kickstarter. We are very grateful. We hope to have some good news for you soon, so please stay tuned to that. If you want to follow along, you can follow us on socials, hop on our Discord, all of that good stuff, even if the Kickstarter has ended. I'll have links for that below in the description. So let's get right into the game. Today I'm going to be playing the Enchantress and the Hunter mostly. I wanted to do some updates for them, for their characters, but the artwork is not quite ready. So I'm going to hold out until that artwork is complete, and then I will be posting that on our Kickstarter page for all of you backers out there. Eventually that should make its way onto a wiki, but if it doesn't through organic means, then I might have to get involved. The main thing that I'd like to showcase is that we have the lighting system in full effect now. We've added a volumetric fog, which is basically, you know, a fog in 3D space that we are going to be able to see. So we're going to choose Layla with some upgraded cards here. And we'll take a look at this new lighting. So as you can see, very nice lighting, has this more sort of soft quality to it. All right, so what you can see is that we have, I don't know if you can quite make it out here, probably not if you're on a phone. If you're looking at it full screen, you should be able to see it. We have two sources of light here, and we have a very light fog in this case because you're just entering a cave, so there wouldn't be a ton of fog. We're not going to just fog up every screen in the game for you, but you have this sort of light that's coming in from the top, filtering in. That's going to be the directional light. That can have these things called cookies. I don't know if that's an industry term or something, but that just basically means it'd be like a silhouette that you can put in front of a light. So imagine that you had a light and you put just a cardboard cutout in front of it, so it casts its own sort of unique shadow. In this case, those are animated movies. Sometimes they'll be very obvious, other times they're very subtle. And we also have a spotlight. So the spotlight and the directional can be moved around independently of one another. So you're going to see them move around sometimes. They can animate. So you'll see that as well. And now we've added the volumetric fog, which we will hopefully get a few examples of as well. All of that comes together to form a very nice sort of immersive feel that gives you a much better, I don't know, feeling of where you are in the world. So we're going to start off with a full house, just right out the gate, because that's how Layla gets down. Ooh, look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 clubs. So now, with my Fate Weaving +1, it's just nothing but 5-card hands all day with Layla. That's the beauty of playing as an Enchantress. And let's see what we can do to this. Well, I could shimmer down now, but I don't think that that's going to help me too much, because the best I could do is bring it down to a Jack with shimmer. Oh, it's a +1. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to bring it down to the Jack, and then well, I'm not going to be able to do that, but what I can do is this. So we've modified the 10 down to the 9 and that down to the 10 just to block that 1 point of damage, but we solved the puzzle. All right, so now let's see if we can just get lucky, and don't have a clone. We'll just throw a pair at him. That'll do it anyways. We don't even need to worry about it. That stretch neck wasn't even necessary. So this time I'm going to go with Radiance. I normally go with Sands of Fate because it is better for the deck that I'm playing with right now, but let's just do Radiance so we can take a look at it. So here you can see it a little bit better. It's that beautiful sort of mistiness that comes through. So there you have it. That is the mist. Now we see that light animating very clearly, coming across the shaft. And now that's not actually a light doing this. It's a movie, just you know, on loop doing this. Boom, we hit the bottom.
Whoever gouged the stone
landed right on our butts. And now we're in this great hall. You can see that, again, this is another sort of cutout of the light coming through there is actually being projected directly from the top down. And it just has that little, what is it, a trapezoid? I don't know, like the little pyramid with the tip cut off there of this lighting. It has some animation. As you can see, it's kind of flickering, and there's just very soft smoke, which you'd probably be able to see if you were playing the game yourselves. It might be lost in the encoding. So let's try, now that we didn't get the Saint of Fate, we're gonna have to go in with Chains of Will and just hope that we get a top deck win, and think we're gonna beat it too. So there's that Chain of Will. I could go Grand Illusion and really throw a major attack at him right now, but I don't think I want to do that. We could Shimmer the Queen and throw a pair of aces. Actually, I'm going to probably make it go kings to just hold that ace. Because chances are I'll win with a pair of kings. That Radiance does that extra point of damage, but that Reanimate kept him in the game. We'll throw a Chain of Will at him as see if potentially, yep, we're going to keep them tapped. So I will be able to just skip their turns and go to me again. So that was thanks to those stuns. Now I can do 2 queens. 2 queens is good. Or 2 queens are good, excuse me. And that will do it. Let's see if he reanimates. Not this time, just a 2. And let's see what he throws. Just a 10. I could have cloned that ace, but I think I'll hold it. Now this Delphic wager, I'm gonna pretty much have to save as currency, because in this case, and we will throw. Oh, I could have thrown a straight here. Instead, 3 4s. Good enough. Good enough.
The power of
because the Delphic wager is going to deal basically damage to whomever loses the top deck. The nice thing about Sands of Fate is you can cheat. You can pick up the cards from the top of each deck. So you can say, hey, I can definitely beat you or not. In this case, it would be a kind of a 50-50. So I'll probably hold it and use it as currency when I get to the merchant. So now here we have Ring of Clarity and Mirage. Ring of Clarity is really great if you have some of the other cards that have higher costs. Right now, like the only really bigger-ish cost that I have is Stretch Neck. So probably not going to benefit as much from Ring of Clarity. I will go with Mirage. So Mirage breaks the rules. This is what Layla likes to do. She likes to cheat just a little bit. And so she's going to break the rules. And in this case, it's going to be being able to block a single card or pair with 3. Basically, you can block with a bigger hand. So normally the attacker is going to declare the attack. So here, ooh, 3 9s. That's a saucy little hand there. See what we can do about that. So we're gonna have to clone this Jack to begin with, and we're gonna have to Fate Weave the Queen. So Layla, she's not easy to take down. Just like that, we got 3 Jacks. And now we have what looks like to be 2 9s, which I can turn into 3 9s with this 8 and some Fate Weaving. But as I was saying, I'll give you an example of Mirage here, hopefully in a little bit, and I'll explain it just to make sure that it's coming through. We're definitely going to throw 3 9s and Stretch Neck and a Radiance. Let's see if all of that happens. Yep, and there's 5 points of damage. So Layla can be tricky, very advanced character, but definitely a lot of fun. So here's one of the reasons I hadn't done this is actually this artwork is being worked on currently, Dune Zephyr. But we're going to go with Celerity. So again, we're going to use that Delphic wager as currency here. And I might get a weapon. Let's get the Chains of Will and Shimmer. I'll keep Glamour just in case.
a narrow footway dares you.
All right, so now we're in the atrium.
Now it's my turn.
Ebb is always nice to have to refresh your hand here.
By the ebbing tide.
Nice. I drew 2 kings. Now I definitely could throw 3 kings right now, but I think I I kind of don't want to waste, or not waste, but use Fate Weaving just yet. We're going to just throw a pair of kings and hope we, land it. And that will weaken the Cauldron Flame simply because they have life force. So their actual attack and defense decreases as they become weaker. So here we go. Finally, I got to use my Mirage here. So I can block the ace and only tie it here with an ace. But I'm going to use 2 6s. Not just to block it, but to also activate my Radiance and deal 3 points of damage by defeating an ace with 2 6s. So now I've got 2 10s coming at me, and here I am going to just pop this up to 2 aces. And there we go. We're dealing with these. We got another Delphic Wager. I'm going to refresh, actually. This will be good because this will get some cards in my hand. So now we have a 7, 9, 10 Queen Ace. We're close to something, but we'll hold on to it for now and see what we can do against these kind of low attacks. So this is working just fine for us. And there's that pair of 10s on a queen. Mirage once again. And I'll just go ahead and use this to... Oh, actually, no. You know what? I want to bring my Gemini Mirror online. So I will do an extra +1 damage with only pairs. So that's the limitation. It's not like Radiance where you can do it with any multi-card. So now we have 3 spades. Let's see if we can get one more. We did. So, well, I'm going to have to use it. Now I've got a Restore, which doesn't do anything for me now. I haven't leveled up to the point where... Oh, actually I did draw a card, but I can't do any of my redraws here. It would have been nice because well, here we go. So we have Ebb. I can actually drop this ace. It's not a good idea, but let's try it anyways, to see if we can draw one more spade.
By the ebbing tide.
Oh, no, but we did draw into a joker, so we've got it. We got the 5-card hand. There's a flush of spades, 6 points of damage, and celerity activated. Got all my cards back, and I've got another attack. Unfortunately, this is not a great hand that I've drawn into. Let's see, we can do... Let's do a Change of Heart just to draw an ability here. Chains of Will might be good. Yes, it is. So that will keep the boss stunned and keep me in business. So now what we can do, I could bust out the Grand Illusion at this point. Might want to. That would bring me to... I can actually do this. We'll do the Grand Illusion because we're coming to the end here. And we're going to double up on these 4s. And then I'm going to Fate Weave this up. And there we go. That is the power of the Enchantress. And we've drawn back into a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you believe it? That's another straight. So I would have been able to throw another 5-card hand there. Very powerful once you get to know how to play with her. But, you know, she is an advanced character. So bear that in mind when you're selecting her. First completion. Triquetra, Tolerance, Monochrome, 5 bones, and an A rank. Probably because I'm explaining stuff. But still, not bad, not bad. All right, so that first ding means I get a pack of cards. The second ding is a level. So when you get your cards, as you can see, these are from different classes, different decks. So this is going to be Enchantress, Rogue, Hunter, and you can see the glows there are different. So this is a basic card. We just got one more copy of Shuriken, which is a very good card for the Rogue. Another copy of well, actually, I don't think that I had a copy of this. So this is my first copy of Eldritch Snap, which is a really good card to have if you're building a debuff version of the Enchantress, which is very powerful as well. This is a buff debuff Enchantress. So here we're going to have a blue card. That's an upgrade. So we've upgraded our clone card. So now we can clone a card in our hand until end of turn. It doesn't have to be a club, but it uses a club as its mana. We've got another upgrade here. This is always a guaranteed upgrade for some card that's actually in your deck currently. So if you have a card in your deck that has not reached legendary, like this one here, we're about to find out what this is, then it can be upgraded this way. So we've got an upgraded version of Ebb. The card, again, in this spot is always an upgrade. And here we get Blood Magic +2, convert a heart into a wild card. That is an awesome ability, but it does cost you 1 HP. You know, the hunter has many ways to siphon health, so you can do that one for free, basically. All right, so now we got one more pull here, and we got all Enchantress. Wow. And look at this, 2 legendaries. 3 rares and 2 legendaries, all Enchantress. Let's check them out. Curse Seeker, that's a great buff, again, for the buff debuff kind of thing. Here's a charm, for instance. Here's one that's good to use, Ring of Clarity. Brass Bangles, another one that's really useful for Ring of Clarity. And we've got maxed out Ebb. Draw X abilities and cards. Very, very nice. And Stretch Neck +2. This one just obliterates bosses. Also great for the buff debuff. So I'm almost there. I think I'd need some more Eldritch Snaps and a few other things like Gift Bearer and things like that to really build a solid buff debuff deck. So now we're going to move on to the Ebon Desert, and we're going to bring our hunter. Now, if the game looks a little bit easy to you, it's because these characters are higher level. They're basically like kind of end game leveled, and I'm in the first couple levels here. So you see the clouds drifting across the playing table. All right, so this scorpion always gets me. You haven't had a chance to really build up here, but this is nice. I love Seek, but first I'm going to just want to take care of this scorpion. Then we will seek the Camaluk, reload, and just fire 1 ace to be safe. Should we risk it? Should we throw the queen? Let's do it. Don't regret it. Oh, nice. So that's a big hit. And we got 2 aces for defense. I think we'll be okay. We will use one of those aces. And I'm just going to bring it home with a Raven flight. So the hunter's very reliable. Of course, his ability is to just be able to do 1 point of damage. But I'm going to level up here, and then by getting either Sniper or Fellfeather Bolts, you start being able to do more than 1 point of damage with that Raven's Flight ability. So let's go with Fellfeather. It's easier to use, even though Sniper I think is possibly more powerful if you build your deck correctly. This is just easy street here. I'm really just wanting to showcase the lights. So I'm hoping I fall into the quicksand actually, because it'll be a bigger lighting change. No, I climbed out of the quicksand. So I didn't fall into the Antlion's lair, which you might imagine is very different lighting. But here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the Lurcher. So the Lurcher is one in which it's going to debuff differently depending on where I put it. If I put it here, as you can see, -2 defenses to the left of the Lurcher, -2 offense to the right of the Lurcher. So since I'm going to be throwing Raven's Flights at him, I'm going to want to debuff offense here. So right there, you see their offense drop to 2. And I'm going to just start plinking them. We'll use Dig Out, which is the capacity. Ooh, I should have used that first. To draw an ability. As you can see, that these things here are an encounter ability. These are kind of modifiers on an encounter. This one is unique to this particular encounter. So here we'll have to block with our Joker. That's good. An easy block there with a 5 and another easy block with a 7. Okay, so I should be able to now finish them off, but I will use, this time, my dig out first. So we dig that out. And we got takedown, which is also nice. But we're going to use this to fire Raven's Flight. And then throw the Night Piercer. And take this guy out. Oh, I should have hit this guy here, actually, because this isn't an upgraded Night Piercer. So the upgraded Night Piercer hits all. The non-upgraded Night Piercer only hits after that. So I could use the takedown. And I suppose that I should, because this scavenger has brought his attack back up to 4. Should I risk it? Let's risk it. Let's risk it. And we're paying for it right away. Right away. A pair of queens. So, but at least I get to keep my takedown for later use. And I'm still leveling up. We're gonna fight to the death here. So here's another card missing some art. Repeater, gain an additional attack after winning a single card attack. Obviously very powerful here. But I'm gonna go with cover. Because I need a little bit more defense now that I'm weak. Here's some very nice lighting change, as you can see. The Moonlight Mirage. I'll let you enjoy that as I take a sip of my coffee.
Close inspection confesses a carpet of fine flakes angled to glint in lunar light.
Okay. So now I get the choice of going to the Hall of the Dead or leaving. We're going to the Hall of the Dead. We got to go check out what kind of lighting there is in the Hall of the Dead. So here you can see a little bit more of the volumetrics coming in. If you were playing the game in, you know, particularly HD, you'll be able to see it's a nice soft light, a lot of soft motion in it. It's a little bit of kind of a magical effect going on here.
Sarcophagus means eater of flesh. But this
so here we go. We're gonna fight that pharaoh. Okay. So, we've got 3 clubs, and we've got a 10 Jack, Queen, King. If I throw this 3, which I pretty much have to, the issue is that now whatever I draw, yeah, see here, I knew it. I drew an ace, which would be great, but I have to defend. So, in other words, I'm going to break that up. Now I can try at this point, since I'm at 5, I'm gonna use my Raven's Quiver here and try to draw into something, which I did. 2 kings, 2 jacks. So we're definitely gonna go with that. So I can actually beat this. That was the hero ability that I just used, similar to the Grand Illusion of the Enchantress. And this is what I like to do with the Hunter. I like to hold on to high cards and pairs and things like that so I can use them in defense while I am just throwing that 1 or 2 point damage depending on your spec with Raven's Flight. In this case, the toughness here is what's holding me back from taking down the Firon. But we did it anyways. So here, the Ring of the Firon is really nice. You get 1 max hand size, sacrifice 1 HP to draw 2 abilities and 2 cards. But since I'm already hurt, I don't know if I want to use.
I will add this to my arsenal.
Do I? No, let's go with a level up.
I must become strong.
And now we got Headhunter, meaning that all of our face cards are going to do extra damage, and that can start pairing with Sniper and get real spicy. You can do some massive damage. Now I'm getting really unfortunate with my summons. There are abilities in the works currently. Well, they exist, but they don't have artwork, and so we're working on that. That let you basically search your deck for a summon. So that's a nice way to make sure that that you're able to cycle through. And that pairs with other abilities that as you draw an ability, you're gaining basically attack for every ability that you draw. So you can kind of buff up your attack. Use Repeater and go choo choo choo, you know, start just throwing single card attacks that are very powerful because they have no defenses basically. So the question is, do I throw 2 6s or do I just Raven's Flight? And I typically just go with a Raven's Flight. I could also Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to do it because I do have a Night Piercer, so I'm just going to do that. I'll do this and then throw the Night Piercer to spread that love. All right, we're gonna go with a little blood magic. And there's that headhunter. Pair of aces just drew into that. Lucky me. Okay, I love East Powder Star. We'll use that soon. But I'm going to try to hold on to some cards here. I almost kind of just want to let this go another round because I happen to know the merchant is next. But in the interest of your viewing excitement, I won't. I will just go ahead and move to the merchant, get one potion here for one takedown, and move on to the next fight against... Oh, I love this. Nice little silhouette of the tree here. Shadow being cast there, so very nice cookie, as it were. So here, if you could see it, I don't know if you can see it in this video that well, but this is where the volumetrics really kick in. So you get the feeling of like sand and dust kicking up and swirling around. It looks really nice. So here we are, we're fighting the scale worm. So we're going to start with the East Powder Star. Unfortunately, it is going to break up my queens, but I love this card. And let's just go full bore on this. We're going to do that. And I'm going to use refreshment here, actually. And then we'll throw this one. And we'll see what goes on here. What is he going to throw at me? 2 3s. But I don't have anything against them, so I'm going to have to face tank that. Now I do have blood magic, which is going to be good here, but I don't... Wait, blood magic does wild suit a heart, so we're going to use that actually to drop that smoke screen to activate my cover. So now I'm just going to take 1 point less damage. So here comes a pair of 7s. I have a pair of 9s, so I can beat it, but I'm going to purposefully not beat it. Just so you can see this in effect. I take 1 point of damage instead of the 2. And we're going to bring it home with an East Powder Star and a Raven's Flight. There it is. Attack me if you dare, worm. Boom. That does it. And so now we're moving on to the Titan's Ladder. And I think we'll do one more campaign. Because Titan's Ladder has some cool lighting effects as well that I'd like to show. So let's see what we got this time. We got a legendary. Reload. Draw 3 cards and gain an additional attack. Draw an ability. That's a really nice one. We got an upgraded Lurcher. We got another copy of Broadaxe Block, Blizzard, and Backstab, a wonderful rogue ability. A staple, if you will. Okay, so let's actually go out there and upgrade our deck. I think we'll go back in with the Hunter once more. So we'll upgrade his deck with some of the cards we just got. Easy enough. So we just select the already somewhat upgraded deck, and we can just look around for whatever we want. We got this upgraded blood magic, so we're going to take 1 blood magic, put that in there. We'll upgrade our Lurcher. Oh, we already had 1 upgraded Lurcher, so I think we'll keep just 1 Lurcher for now. Reload, we will upgrade. Second wing is good. I think I already have some. I do. And I think I can upgrade my takedown. And smoke screens. I got 2 upgraded smoke screens, so we'll do that. I'm going to take 1 disengage. I'm going to drop 1 disarming shot and add 1 disengage. And we'll hit done for now. Just a simple change. There's a little bit of lighting on this box there too. The lighting is everywhere. So we'll go to Titan's Ladder with our boy, the Hunter, Ravenmeyer. All right, that's not a bad hand to start with. We'll just drop the 4 and we got a queen out of it.
Reach into the stars above.
So here we go.
Your eyes
Here comes the
rise to
shooting
sail a
star.
sea of stars. There, an arrow of smokeless flame streaks to the earth below, growing bright enough to paint the dunes red. It crashes into the desert in a splash of flame.
There's that
and
nice
black
lighting
sand.
shift.
The light fades, but is not.
Okay, so do we face the fire or do we
To the
climb?
lower ledges, where strange silhouettes
Well, the hunter can do either. This time I'm going to face the fire. And that'll bring up the Ifrits.
The hunt is on.
But we got something for him. Wow. So I'm going to I'm going to actually seek him with 2 queens. That's luxurious. And Ravens flight him with a king, but that will kill him in 1 attack round. And I am going to take the Band of Tamed Flame.
The figures on the lower ledges. A veil of pale
And so now we're climbing Titan's ladder. This is a long way up. So there's that Band of Tamed Flame working no matter what. The takedown plus the Raven flight will bring us home. And that's how you do it. Level up. And this time we'll go sniper. Here's another really nice use of volumetrics. Has a very nice sort of glow to it in the sort of morning sun. So Sniper is just going to deal double damage to a non-adjacent target when you successfully attack with a spade. Now this does count for Raven's Flight. We'll do this, Raven's Flight. And we'll just hit the middle one now. We'll hit this one doesn't matter at this point. And we'll Night Pierce with the ace. And we've done 2 points of damage all the way across the board. But now we're in trouble. So we'll use the Raven Quiver, see what we can get. Good stuff, good stuff. So we will block with 2 jacks. And this we will block with a queen. But we have already blown our... Now here I could use my... I think I probably ought to, because I don't want to take 2 points of damage. But if it was 1 point of damage, I might just tank it and let the Band of Tamed Flame finish her off. But in this case, I guess we should block this way, because one thing about Titan's Ladder is the heals are a little bit hard to come by here in the middle stretch. Could get boomerang, and actually might not be a bad idea with the way that this guy works. Let's do it. All right. So this time, instead of entering in, I'm just going to wait out the sun. And now you see that shadow is being cast from the top here as the sun goes to the other side of the Titan's Ladder. Unfortunately, right now, I'm just literally going to be holding on to dear life because they have safe attack. Okay, so now I've got a 7, which I can throw here. But let's do it this way. We'll do the 8s first. Let that boomerang give us another attack. Then I will throw this 7. I could do 2 points of damage here or spread it. I guess I might as well just try to take this guy down. So we'll do it that way. Let's see what we get. 2 6s, and I'm super close to being able to get this blood magic to work out here, but I just don't have it. So again, I'm gonna have to face tank. And again, I'm gonna have to face tank because there's still nothing I can do. I'm gonna do it this way so I can make sure to climb.
The hunt is on.
All right. Ooh, wait a second. Oh man, so close to having almost a straight flush. But we're gonna go ahead and climb. And we're in trouble here, I'm not gonna lie, because this is the blood magic. I think we will use this time around to see if we can finish this guy off. Actually, I'm gonna finish him off with the Raven's Flight, and we'll deal 2 points of damage here. Or we can do it this way too. But we're out of cards. So now we're at the mercy of the cards. We are at the mercy of the cards.
Will be your grave.
And now I have the capacity to make a wild card, but I have no way of
Get back in the fight.
healing. So I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble right now. Let's see what we got. Come on. No! I'm gonna have to do it. So good thing I took that safe attack off. We are definitely gonna have to heal here.
With the
All right.
Quickly.
That close.
clarity grows distant.
And now we're going into the boss. And we do have a smoke screen, which is good, because we need that in order to be able to activate the sniper. So we'll do that. Okay, nice, nice. And here, we're going to disengage.
The hunt is on.
Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a takedown. This is going to be a good round here. We're going to do a takedown. We're going to do a couple 10s, which is just enough to hurt him with the flying. And that sniper is now kicking in, doubling the damage there. And we are going to Raven's Flight. And now we'll have to face tank this. But we deal 1 point of damage with that Banditame Flame. So I think we're doing okay. I think we're going to be all right. This is just going to be a weak attack, though. One of the things is that I don't have the cards right now to make Sniper as good as it could be. There are some cards that turn reds into black cards, or wild them into black cards, so that really helps get the Sniper activated. Look at this! I'm one card... Oh no, okay. I was going to say, I thought I almost had a Royal Flush, but I do almost have a Royal Straight. We're 1 point away. There's probably no way that we can lose at this point. Oh, there it is. So just brought home by the band of Tame Flame. And now we move up to the Pinnacle Plateau, and here's where you get some really nice lighting. You can see the geodesic dome sort of coming through here. You can see the light going through there and see some of the silhouettes from the sort of framework that holds the glass together. So really nice shadows here. One of my favorite cookies, even better than chocolate chip.
In the shade of a large old tree, catching apples as they fall, and having had his fill of fruit, he gives them freely to famished wanderers, one and all. But word travels, and
So here we have this poem, which you may have heard before.
A line coils around the hill of the old tree. The hungry won't settle for song. And in the shadow, the man smiles. A meal made easy is no charity. It does not last. It is a shackle locked by life's own will. How eagerly it is taken to wrist. If only it can be steadfast.
So allow me to interrupt myself and go full screen here. But basically what the poem means, the core meaning behind it is that evolution, or at least this is my theory, is not so much survival of the fittest. It's like survival of the most convenient. Because convenience is sort of a measurement of optimization, how efficient something is. So you can be a hummingbird that's like a super helicopter, but you have to go around, and if you don't find another flower with enough nectar in the next part, you're going to fall out of the sky maybe. Or you can be like a snake or a newt that can lie in wait for months, if not years or something, in the case of some of these cave dwellers, before striking and getting your next meal. So it's something that's deeply ingrained in all of life. It's something that humans don't escape, regardless of our will and our consciousness. We still have the desire to become as optimized and efficient as we can. So I think that the lever of control that's most potent for those who would rule you is actually to offer the greatest convenience. When you offer somebody a convenience that makes their life more efficient and more optimal, there's a lot of resistance to not wanting to lose that. You know, you're trying to hold on to it as much as you can, and that's what that means, is like taking the shackle to the wrist by life's own will. So the people who control that bit of efficiency making thing, whether it be a search engine or a car or electricity or running water, whatever it might be, your food supply, control a very large part of you. You rely on them for that optimization. Now, if you've ever jogged for any given period of time and then stopped and then tried to jog again, as I recently did, it's been just sustained. Like we're talking about even at night, been over 100 degrees in Texas. So I hadn't been jogging much, to be fair. To me, it would probably kill me to jog in some of this temperature, but I decided to go for a jog today because it rained and it wasn't over 100 degrees. So I went out there and I did a very small, little lap around the block kind of thing, and my feet hurt because it's been a while. And so your body is doing this thing where it it is adapting in very small doses. So it's not like a long-term adaptation like you would think of some creature adapting to its environment. It's just very short period adaptation. It's just responding to whatever it is that you're telling it that you need to do. So if you lift weights, it goes, I guess we haven't figured out how to not lift dumbbells. We better be able to do this. Apparently it's important. So you get stronger because your body thinks that you need to, even if you don't. So when you are given some kind of optimization made to have a more efficient life through some means, you're being robbed of the adaptation to the thing that you actually need. So obviously you need to eat, you need to drink water, you need to sleep. You can't live in certain temperatures and things like that. And the people that are providing you with methods of doing these things, and I don't want to say the people, but the systems that are providing you with doing these things, hold a shackle over your wrist, metaphorically here. And so that's what I mean with this poem. It just means that as we become more and more efficient, we become more and more reliant on these things that without, it's not just going to be a matter of not being convenient. We may not survive. So that's what that means. So I'll let my smaller self in the corner take over now.
Power is the fallen apple, acquired easily. It substitutes one's ability to climb. Its absence leaves one weaker than when accepted. And its presence only makes one hunger for more. It is a gift given which takes everything.
And that's a little bit of drama there.
With those words echoing in your mind.
So now we go to see where we're headed next, which is to Falcara and then on to the Shrouded Isle across the Sea of Nod.
Suddenly, you're wrenched backwards.
We're back to the desert, back to Earth. Phoenix Flight brought down to 1 HP. And there's another A, because I talk too much. Another legendary Seek. Ooh, that's going to be great. And there's a legendary Lurcher. Oh, and Murciela. This is a cool summon that would actually help me heal up. So that's nice to have. And there's Leap Attack for the Warrior Magnor and Cleave. These two pair very well together. Lots of synergies. All right, so that's going to probably be it for this episode, if you will, of Aces and Adventures. I hope you like the look of the new lighting. You'll be able to basically play through the whole game. Has that lighting in there now from start to finish. We'll still be tuning some of the lights a little bit, but they're pretty far along. Our next goal will be really just to get the plus games done, to obviously add many of them. We have about 40 abilities for each class finished as far as the rest of the media is concerned, but we need the artwork for them to be ready. So we're introducing them based on when their artwork becomes ready, not really because we don't want you to test them, but because we're trying to sort of internally test them, get them really ready instead of just sort of in a rough state for you to then try out. And we'll be introducing those pretty much on a, well, maybe not weekly, but near weekly basis as we move forward towards release. So please like, comment, and subscribe, etc., if you want more of this sort of stuff. And let me know what you think about, you know, the classes that I demonstrated here, the abilities, all that stuff in the comments below. Or engage me in some silly philosophical stuff if you want. I'm always up for that. I'll see you next time.